Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today we are discussing a lovely mid-1990s T-Series Rolex Oyster Perpetual Sea-Dweller, reference 16600, 40 millimeters in diameter and 904L stainless steel. The watch is 14.6 millimeters thick. It is 47.5 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip, and then solid end link to solid end link, 50.5 millimeters with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. We'll put this watch on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters circumference, and you can see it fits well. Even though it is thicker than a sub, there's not much to tell between the wrist fit of this watch and a contemporary Submariner from the same era. The thickness sort of burrows into your wrist, as most of it's the cupped case back, and so when the watch is actually sized down and the clasp is closed, it sits a lot lower than its thickness would imply. There is a sleekness to this, however, that the Submariner can't match because this watch does not feature a Cyclops eye magnifier on the crystal. Across the wrist, it's broader than if it were on a strap, and I could recommend this watch as it is on the bracelet for a wrist as small as 14 centimeters in circumference. The timepiece features a Bracelet 93160 in excellent condition. Take a quick look here. You can see that the watch is the Oyster, 3 links, satin tops, polished flanks, then and now, removable links fixed in place by screws. Take a quick look. You can see it has a fold-out diving extension. And then there are several divots drilled inside the clasp, so you can change the anchoring point of the bracelet with your strap tool and fine-tune the size of the watch when it is on the wrist. Closing the clasp, you can see that the clasp retains excellent definition. The embossed link-style profiles, as well as the 5-point coronet, remain sharp. Clamshell lock. Rolling back to the case, you can see that this watch retains handsomely full and symmetrical lugs. I'd rate the case as about 7.5 out of 10. You can see there's no protrusion of spring bars from the end of the lugs. The watch has been polished, but not excessively so. There's still a good break between the satin of the lug hoods and the polish of the flank, and we have that age-old Sea-Dweller upgrade over the sub, which is the helium escape valve for saturation divers. We also have a thicker sapphire and a deeper rated diving depth, as this watch is 1,220 meters. Black lacquer dial, white gold hands, white gold indices. Let's do a quick shot to demonstrate that this watch is an original factory tritium dial, but it's had service replacement bezel pearl and hands. The bezel is 120 click, and it retains a wonderfully precise and positive detent, anodized aluminum insert. Line it up with the minute hand, and you have an impromptu 0 to 60 minute count-up timer that's useful for more than just diving. Any interval that needs to be timed when you're on land, whether the time before a flight or the time to cook your meal, you can use a dive bezel, and it will be handier in most cases than a chronograph. Pop open the clasp one more time. Take a look at the case back. Always distinctive on Sea-Dwellers, letting you know this is both a Rolex Oyster case and equipped with the original gas escape valve, which we've had on Sea-Dwellers since 1967. Inside, Rolex caliber 3135, manufacturer movement, automatic winding, 48-hour power reserve, 4 Hz beat rate, 31 joules. It has a quick set date and a stop seconds function. It is a COSC certified Swiss chronometer. For shock toughness, it has relatively thick construction and a full balance bridge with a free-sprung balance. There's also a handmade Breguet overcoil that allows the watch to keep very consistent time in any physical position. Remember, position with respect to gravity can change the timing of a watch, and overcoil reduces that tendency. This is a vintage timepiece that is still solid enough and modern enough that it can be used as originally intended for swimming and water sports. It's a wonderful blend of the best of both worlds, the old and the new. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.